Okay, a little update from the road. So it's now almost 2:20, and this is amazing. I left Canada last Wednesday at 7 o'clock in the morning in my other Honda Element in tank, and went and saw Austin, got the swivel seat put in him, and then drove all the way to Eugene, switched tank for 9th, slept in 9th that night, and then repacked the vehicle, kind of, and then drove south, broke down between Gear Lac, which is where Burning Man happens, and Sparks, Nevada. I was able to limp 9th to Sparks, then spent the rest of that day trying to figure out where, like, we'll diagnose 9th and get a new battery and air filter and stuff like that, and now to pick up David and have my winter vacation. Well, good morning. I am in a compound at a friend's place. We've got Leopold's rig here and Becky's RV up there. We got a pool over here, shelter, and here's 9th. I got here yesterday afternoon from my crazy drive up north in time to do a load of laundry and sun dry it, and since last night everything's dry, and I'm just repacking the car and charged up my batteries, and we're heading on the road today. So coming into Quartzsite, I don't know if you can see in the distance there on the film, but this is just the beginning of all the campers. Let me just back off the film a bit here in the distance, and I got David and Moisey in front of me. Now this is not a planned trip, kids. I did not plan on coming to Quartzsite, so we'll see what happens. Famous Quartzsite. It's really windy and cold today. We're just wandering around, taking a look at stuff. I don't think we're gonna stay. It's pretty cold today. It's like the first week of January, so yeah. So on Monday, so that's quite nice because there's nobody here. So we're gonna take a little drive through La Posa North, long-term visitors area. We're not spending the night here. We're just taking a little drive. You've probably seen this 1,000 times. If you see one of your friends' rigs, put a comment down below if you know anybody that's out here this year. So to me, it just looks like what it does on YouTube, you know, except I'm here in person. But, you know, I have to say, from what I've seen in previous years, like so far, it's not that busy. And the Rock and Gem show are going right now, and the RV show is just starting up. In fact, this young man named Tyson gave us a nice ride from the food court through the RV park to our cars. Like, talk about VIP treatment. I think he felt sorry for us for having to walk because it's cold and it's windy. So cold and windy. Okay, anyways, just driving to Quartzsite. So I'm heading to the next entrance, and the ground also looks wet here. Like, I think they had rain in the last 72 hours, and the washes are kind of crazy. There is nobody here. This is crazy. It's also pretty cold. It's like 20-mile-an-hour winds today, and temperatures in the 50s. Okay, a little film update. We were on La Posa North. This is now La Posa South. Way more people down in here. I don't know what the difference is because I don't really pay attention to too much about this area. So yeah, that's Quartzsite 2024, kids. Not very many people. Don't recognize anybody. David. He's going over landing. Look at that G-Van. He's doing good. Well, good early morning here in Quartzsite. It's 30 out there, 43 in the tiny element. I just hopped out of bed to take care of myself for a minute. I'm gonna get back into bed. It's freezing. Let me just change the lighting so it's a little bit more dimmer. I don't think we're gonna stay here today. I think we're gonna go somewhere else. I'm not really sure. I'll check in with you when the sun comes out. Well, it's now it's now 7:45 and it's 29. I don't know how that happens, but the temperature has gone down. I've just started 9th up and getting her warm so that I can get up and get dressed. And we'll just see what we get up to today. But let me flip you around here. That's the view out my window. Oops, someone's walking their dog. Oh, look at the sunshine. All those pretty mountains. Let me just see here. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, Quartzsite. Well, good morning from Quartzsite. It is now, 9:30. We've had coffee, we've had miso. We've been hanging out in Paxton, the Winnebago, David's van, RV. And I'm just doing my dishes from having miso and coffee. We're making a plan to head out of here today and probably go to the beach because it's supposed to rain out here and get colder and okay, so good morning and an update from the tiny element. I've got David behind me in Paxton. Here, I'll just get you off and show you. There's Leopold and Paxton with Moises. We are pulling out of Quartzsite. We just came and spent the night and just kind of made a plan. It's early January and it's really cold. It got down to 29 this morning after the sun rose. Can someone tell me why it gets colder just as the sun is rising? I don't understand that because it was only 32 and then it went down to 29. So we're gonna go and just drive around and look at things because it's really windy. I mean, in the sunshine it's gorgeous, but in the wind it's just bone-chilling cold and no fun. So yeah, good morning. Well, before we leave Quartzsite, we thought we would come and see this over 1,000-year-old ironwood tree. Not too many people visit it or talk about it, but this is like a favorite. This is like an iconic little gem here in Quartzsite. This tree is over 1,000 years old. So the reason that this tree isn't bigger is it only grows 1 inch every 60 years. And they know this from taking a cutting and counting the rings. So, oh tree, you're just doing an amazing job. I'm just grateful for this tree being here and surviving this whole time. in the desert, in the elements. Fancy seeing you here, Moises. What's going on in there? Oh, what is that?
It is ginger stir fry.
Oh, with impossible meatballs.
With impossible meatballs.
Chef David.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I did a little bit of garlic in it.
Ooh, it smells so good from out here. It does. It smells really good.
And add a little water just to have some saucy to it.
A little sunset happening too. Oh my goodness. Chairs are right here. Let's give you a look at camp. This is free camp. Free 99. Yeah. Good morning. We are now pulling out of this that we were at last night. David is beside me. We're going to go and dump our garbage, and I need to fill water for dishes, and then we're going to go on a hike today, kids. Good morning. Well, good morning. We've made it to our first destination this morning. We are at Gargoyle Canyon. I'm going to flip you around here. And we're walking in from the road, which is over that way. And this is a slot canyon. This is my first slot canyon that I've ever been to. So we're starting to enter the mouth of it, and you can see where water over like thousands of years have just pushed through this canyon.
It looks like a beautiful waterfall.
And erode away all of the rocks and stuff like that. And so when they have heavy rains over the years, this does get washed out. I can just imagine a few weeks ago when it rained. Yeah, all the layers of all the time. So we stayed at the Hippie Hole last night, and it just had a great sleep, beautiful dinner, and just having fun out here in the desert.
Wow.
They're so tall. Okay, so we're entering into the slot canyon. Oh, oh yeah. Leave a comment below if you've ever been to a slot canyon. On the internet it says, this is the what one, David? The poor... This is the poor man's Antelope Canyon. We'll take it. Ooh, look it up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. God, can you just imagine when the water comes through? This is cool. Oh, it just gets more and more narrow. So if you're claustrophobic, you might not like this. Oh, but the temperature, could you imagine coming here on a hot day?
Oh yeah, it'd probably be cool.
So this is a little tiny swimming hole here.
I wonder if there's a bigger swimming hole up there.
Up above? Oh.
Hey!
Descending. Oh, and around the corner. More narrow. Ooh, it just gets more and more. It's nice and cool in here. Okay. Oh. So that Jeep is driving this road right here. It's not too bad. Ninth could have made it. I don't think Paxton would have made it, but the Slot Canyon's right in there where we just came from. Okay, so now it's just after brunch. We just hiked into that canyon, the Gargoyle Canyon. That was super fun. Had a great brunch. I really need to get Ninth to a car wash and get her washed off. There's a lot of salt on her from coming over the eastern side of the Sierra Nevadas back over the weekend with the snow and through Gearlac and stuff like that. So there's a lot of like playa mud and salt or chemicals for whatever they put on the roads for the ice and things. So we are now headed to Palm Springs. So now we're going to have a little city nomadic lifestyle. So we're in Palm Springs now. We just stopped at the Windhill Market for their famous date shake. If you ever get into Palm Springs, I highly recommend getting a date shake. They're super delicious. Okay, now we gotta go find our spot for tonight.
People knew her by her will to make it whatever she put her mind to. Late night hours up the hill, serving coffee to strangers, talking about revenue. She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone, and she knew it must rain before it grows. She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survived the wheel, even though she got knocked down and never showed.